Okay, then take a look at the neck. All right, trim this up if necessary. It's got a little excess skin and some connective tissue. So just clean that up a little bit. Feels like somewhere in here I've got maybe a broken wishbone. This guy suffered some trauma in his transport. Okay, so the first thing we always do, again, make sure you identify that this is the breast side and this is the back. Okay? When the bird is laying on its back with the breast up, the wingtips should be pointing up. It's a good way to check. And also, we know we have plump, meaty portions here, but hard, bony, narrow backbone here. Okay? So the first thing we want to do is take off the dark meat portion, the leg and thigh quarter back here. All right? There are two little nuggets of very delicious meat that nestle in little shallow cavities right where the hip joint occurs on the bird. Cooks typically refer to these as the oysters of the chicken, and when we're fabricating raw chicken into pieces, we want to always make sure to include the oysters in our leg and thigh quarter piece. All right, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So, first thing you're going to do, with the chicken breast side up, use your boning knife to make an incision through the skin and the skin only between the back corner of the breasts and the drumstick portion. All right, and since you never know when you're starting to fabricate a chicken, you never know what you're going to be using the breasts for, assume that you're going to leave the skin on the breasts when you're cooking them. And because of that, you want to make sure to make your cut as close to the drumstick as possible so that you remain in possession of a nice, full, even covering of skin over the breast. Okay? So first cut, just through the skin, right there like that. All right? So that's it. And you can see I didn't cut any meat, okay? And the leg is still attached. Everything's good to go. Do the same thing on the other side, just through the skin there. Get it opened up and ready, okay? And then what you want to do, place your thumbs on the thigh bones and your fingertips on the hip joints back here, okay? And then pop the joints out. Okay? Pop the hip joints out of the bird. Now, turn it over so its back is facing up. Okay? And in order to make sure that we include those two little plump oysters on this whole portion of meat here, we're going to make it, the only reason for this cut is just a visual guide. All right? So we know that the tip of our knife is going to have to start here and work this way to get that oyster attached to this. All right? This is a technique that makes sure that you don't start cutting here and miss the oyster. All right, so once you've made that little visual, you can go ahead and just continue to cut the skin there. Okay, just continue that all the way through. All right, and now hold one of the legs up like this. Okay, it's already been disjointed. It's pretty much ready to just pull off. But you need to use the tip of your boning knife to dig down into that cavity right there where the oyster is hiding. And as you can see, I'm just gently pulling as I scrape, and there's the little cavity that the oyster came out of. You guys see that? Right? And there's the oyster attached to the rest of the dark meat portion. All right? So once you've freed that oyster up, all you have to do now is just hold the leg and thigh up. Okay? Place your knife right against the backbone of the bird like this at an angle, and since you pop that joint, it's just a matter of tracing down along the carcass and it comes right off. Okay, so set that aside, right? So now we just need